part of the party, has become, is increasingly captured by an anti-democratic ideology. They weren't attacking Democrats; they were attacking the whole institution. They were attacking Congress, the Capitol being the symbol of Congress, and they were trying to stop Congress from carrying out a constitutional function. So the fight inside the party is now genuinely a fight, not about ideology. It's not about who's more right or who's more this or that. It's about, are you still in favor of American democracy as it exists, or are you not? I think it's fair to say that they predate Donald Trump, that Donald Trump is the result rather than the cause. In other words, the fact that someone like him, who used aggressively anti-systemic language, who attacked American institutions, who openly sought the support of Russia, for example, in his election campaign, that someone like that could win an election indicates that there were already deep problems with the American political system before that. There are also some things that are changing everywhere all at once that are having an impact. I mean, the most obvious and most significant of these changes is the change in the nature of modern information. And by this, I don't only mean social media. I also mean the nature of so-called mainstream media, and particularly television news, which in the United States has become very sensationalized and very polarized. So they have helped create very deep polarization in all of our societies. I mean, this is very clear in the US, it's very clear in Poland, it's very clear in Germany. Even in Germany, where the far right is only about 10% of the population, you can see that they exist in a completely different media world. I mean, they get different sources of news. They don't read the same things or see the same television or the same videos that the rest of the country sees. So we have the nature of information has changed, making possible this deeper polarization. And, don't forget that polarization by itself creates doubts about democracy. There is a sense in which people see that their governments or their politicians are less powerful than they used to be. Then people begin to lose the sense, our politicians, the people in charge of our countries, aren't what they were. They don't seem to have, they aren't in control of our economies. As our economies become more integrated globally, they aren't able to say things, and the sense that they aren't really that powerful anymore. Another aspect of globalization that has had a big effect on the US and many European countries, which is demographic change. And by demographic change, I mean both immigration as well as emigration. I mean people moving from the countryside to the cities, or in the case of Europe, moving from Eastern Europe to Western Europe, creating kind of left behind cultures. So we're not arguing about abortion and women's rights and, or whatever is the issue in your country that is setting people, against one another. Instead, we're arguing about, how do we fix the roads? That's and the more that the centrists, the pro-democrats can do this, the better. In addition to that, we need social media regulation. In addition to that, we need better civic education.